You're listening to the home of cool, irreverent, and entertaining talk. Right here on LA Talk Radio. You're listening to Question Reality. Question Reality. With Priscilla Leona. Priscilla Leona. Only on LA Talk Radio.
Hi, welcome to Question Reality. I'm Priscilla Leona, your host, and we are coming to you live from LA Talk Radio in beautiful downtown Los Angeles. And we're on every Sunday from 5 to 5:50 p.m. And as you know, our show is about informative entertainment. And it's our goal to provide you with resource information and tricks of the trade and everything you'll need in order to pursue a career in the entertainment business. And we hope that our guests will inspire you, encourage you, and motivate you. And we hope they'll do that even though we don't pay them. No.
We pray.
We pray that they do it. And but basically they're making a living in the entertainment business. They're making their dream a reality in some way. Most of the people will be professionals. However, we do have people that come on who are in the beginning, intermediate, and advanced stage, and then ultra advanced, which would be our Emmy award-winning directors, producers, etc. So we encourage you to call in if you're listening and ask questions of our guests. We ask that you call in between 5:15 and 5:30 p.m. And you can call 323-203. What's that? I can't read my own writing. 0815. And you don't have to go through a screening process. You just call and you will talk live. Isn't that exciting? Talk live.
There's a little delay, but it's pretty much live.
Oh, yeah, your experience. That would be Miss Kelley Foster. I'm about to introduce her today. She's going to be my co-host. But there's a little delay, I would imagine, so I'm glad to know that.
You know, when I call, I notice that, so don't let it throw you. That's all I'm saying,
Okay, I did not know that. So there's a slight delay, but hold on the line. And then if you liked our show and you found that it helped you in some way, we would love to hear about it on the forum. This is on the latalkradio.com website, the one that you're on right now, listening to me. So there's a little link called Forum, and click on that and then look for Question Reality Radio, and then just enter your email address, and that's it. You're done, and you can post your comment and let us know exactly how you felt about our show. Now, we have a co-host today.
Hello.
She's been on a couple other times when I've had guests. I think she was on with Ernest Thomas, and who was the other person you were on with?
Well, I was on with the German songwriter.
Christoph Bull. Yeah, she's been co-host for a while. Today, she is the sole co-host and guest because our wonderful Ted Shred, who was the scheduled guest today, he was not able to make it. He shredded my dreams for him today. He actually lost his voice. I got an email this morning. He lost his voice at the Long Beach Shoreline Village Pirate Festival. Because as you know from him being on last time, he is, among many things, he runs a pirate show. So I guess all that
So how did he sound when he called?
No, he didn't call. He sent an email.
Okay.
Because he said he lost his voice. Yeah, exactly. So
let's see if we can go to Long Beach and find his voice.
Albert, of course, who says he's not talking on the mic, yelling in the background. So we are so sorry that you lost your voice, Ted, and we hope that you get it back. I'll be seeing you on October 25th for that great party that Kelley and I are looking forward to coming to.
Ted.
So we wish you the best of luck. Take care of your voice. And so, Kelley, we are going to be talking about so many things today.
Oh, the pressure.
We are, but the pressure. We do have some pressure talking about things. So it's going to be kind of a loosey-goosey show today.
Yeah.
Not anything that's really too focused. We are going to ask Kelley for her expert advice on being a singer-songwriter. Yeah, we are. But first we're going to talk about some of my advertisers. Yay! Let's talk about Carrie Cavalier Photography. Wonderful photographer. And I swear I actually remember I've been introducing her for a while. She's a fantastic photographer, very inexpensive for the quality of work she does, and I've been using her for years. And remember, every time I introduce her, I say, "Oh, Albert, and who are some of the celebrities that she does?" And then the same answer from Albert comes every time. I can't remember. So I actually brought a list of some of the celebrities that she has done who've loved her work and have sent her testimonial letters. So we have Lou Gossett Jr., David Hasselhoff, Michelle Lee, Peter Falk, I can't
say that on the air.
Alan Thicke, Johnny Cochran. Oh my God, what did she do for Johnny Cochran?
Oh wow.
And Corey Feldman, Byron Allen. Oh, my favorite comedian.
Oh my gosh.
Ellen DeGeneres.
Oh, we love Ellen.
Oh my God, I love her. Michael Madsen. Oh, the late great Aaron Spelling. Hilary Duff. Janet Leigh from Psycho.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Amanda Bynes. And about 10 other Academy Award winners. The list goes on and on and on and on. So she does commercial as well. She shoots singers, music video stars, you name it, she's
a very
done it.
nice person too.
Yeah,
she makes you feel really comfortable. So brings out your best.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
she really is. She is a fantastic person, and she really gets to know you first, which, as you know, is very important because you do have to have a chemistry when you're choosing a photographer. Just because they were referred by a friend, yes, that's great, and that's what you want, but they may have a chemistry with them, but they may not have a chemistry with you. So always make sure, right, Cal?
You can have a consultation with them, beforehand,
Absolutely.
right? In person is very important. If you have the time, if you can do that.
That's true. When you call them, ask them if they will give you a free consultation. A lot of them do. Some of them won't. If they don't, then they're not for you. Just hit the road and keep running and go on to the next person.
Sometimes over the phone you can get a good rapport. It depends on the situation, but it's nice if you can meet with them in person.
Exactly. So try to talk to them. Sometimes phone conversations are different than meeting them. I don't know how detailed you are, but some people just like a face-to-face meeting because talking to them on the phone. I have found, actually, Kelley, that talking to people on the phone may or may not be a good thing. You know why? Because there was a person that I talked to on the phone that I was interviewing to be a guest. And I said to Albert after I got off the phone with that person, I said, I don't really think that we're compatible. We have a chemistry. I feel that the interview is going to be strained. And however, when she came on the show, it went very well. It really went well, and I was very surprised. And I guess sometimes when you talk to someone on the phone, you got to keep in mind that if you think something, it could be extenuating circumstances. They could be in a rush to fix dinner or pick the kids up,
had a bad day,
and it may not go well. That's why it's always better to try to see them in person. That situation may be happening also, but at least they will most likely explain that to you, or you'll get a sense of that.
That's true.
So I have found that I have prejudged people on the phone, and then when I met them, it was a lot different. So that may or may not work. So check out cavalierphotography.com, and you will have everything you need. You can give her a call. And also, if you tell her that you heard about the ad on Question Reality, she will give you a very nice discount. So that's always great, right, Cal?
That's a nice perk, yes.
We love discounts.
We're hooking you up.
Also, one of our great favorite advertisers is Hollywood OS. They are wonderful. They are a great casting company. Kelley, you should actually sign up with them. They are a great company in that they have... they cater to background, which is really great when you're starting out in the entertainment business. You want to start out in background. I mean, you don't have to. There's some people who think they're way above background acting, but it's really just the best way to go. You meet so many people and you
get
really
to observe how things work.
Right. And they have a lot of parts for commercials, feature film, as well as independent film. And they, like many of the other casting agencies, they put, or casting companies, let you put your whole little website up there. So you can put all your photos and you can put all of your resume and your videos and everything. And the people over there they're like a little family. Angela owns it, and David is the person that I talk to. He's really down to earth and really takes care of the people. I know that when people register with them, they usually stay a long time. So my friend Barbara, I turned her on to them in 1996 or 97. Oh, I can't remember. But she's been with them ever since. She loves them. Loves them. So HollywoodOS.com, highly recommend them. Talk to David and tell him that you heard about them on our radio show, and they will give you a free book. Ooh. That book is really invaluable. I refer to that to this day still. I really do. David was nice enough to send me an updated copy, and it has all of the rates. Like if you're an actor, a lot of times you want to know, especially if you're just starting out, you want to know what the rates are. What am I going to get paid? Because as an actor, for example, if you get called to go on a shoot, if you're just background and you're non-union, you get one rate. If you're not background union, you get another rate. And then if you go over 8 hours, you get another rate. I believe it's time and a half, and then after a certain amount of hours you get another rate, and then there's golden time, and there's all these different rates.
So much to know.
It's a lot to know. And then there is a lot to know, and it's all in this book. For example, if they tell you to bring your own outfit, they will pay you for that. So this is something you may not know. If you are called to work on a project and they use fog or anything like smoke, you get paid extra for that.
Oh my gosh.
But if you don't know about it,
you would not think of stuff like that too if you didn't have that information.
If you even bring your own shoelaces and they say, we want you to bring that. Things that are so tiny that you wouldn't know about are in this book. Like, it's amazing, the stuff in this book. So it has the rates. It also has things you should do on set, things you shouldn't do on set. It has every possible thing that you need to know to be a background actor, as well as actually it segues right into being an actor as well.
I was wondering, I always heard that you could show up as a non-speaking character, and then if they ask you to speak, you get a big bump in pay. Is that right?
Well, yeah,
if
you're non-union, they actually you get what's called you'll get a voucher, and it's called a Taft-Hartley. So they can Taft-Hartley you, and yes, you will get paid the union rate wage, and that happens a lot. People come on shows as background, and they will the director will just say, hey, can you do this? Yeah. For example, I just worked on Pushing Daisies. I have not, everybody knows that I know just about every show out there. I am known for knowing the shows.
City.
I am the TiVo queen. Okay. Oh my God. As a matter of fact, we just purchased our second TiVo. So we've got 2 TiVos. I got 2 VCRs going. It's insane over there.
You got 600 shows.
I know. It's insane. But, I try to keep up on them because it's so very important if you're pursuing a career in the acting world. And I'm always amazed that I run into people who actually don't watch television or go to film, and they're pursuing a career as an actor. And I'm baffled by that. I really am. I would love to actually have someone on the show or meet someone who actually made it to be an A-list celebrity and never watch television or film, because I can't imagine that happening. I wonder if that is possible. But a lot of them do, and I am just amazed because it's so, or at least I feel, and most of the people I've talked to in the business say it is so important to know all the shows that are out there, at least the ones that you feel that you could be cast on for something. So I am really trying like a maniac to keep up with all the shows. But it is still not enough, because I was called for a role on Pushing Daisies. I wanted to really watch that. It came on last year, and I really wanted to watch it because the story looked really good. I loved the whole concept of it. But because I had 4 other shows coming on at the same time, I had to make a decision. And I elected not to do that. And I really wish I would have, because it came back this season. It is now extremely popular. People love the show. And when I got called to go work on the show, I did not know anything about the show. So I tried to, I looked it up on IMDb and looked up the characters, and I read the basic idea, but still you really should know about it, because you have to acclimate to the part, or kind of be in the feeling of the show. So as I was just saying, I ran into this guy named Peter, and he was telling me about, he worked on it's very common when you work on a project with other actors, and please do not participate in gossip. Yes, you can listen to what they say, you can maybe smile or nod, but say positive things, but not negative things. So I was sitting at the table when we were on a break, and this one guy was telling me how he had worked on the Indiana Jones movie, the last one, and he told me that there was this guy, and that Steven Spielberg, it was a non-union actor, and again, I don't know if this is correct. This is what he told me. It was a non-union actor, a background actor. And he was just sitting there in the background at the table. It was the scene where they get into the fight in the cafe. And so Steven Spielberg was looking around, and I don't know, this seems kind of weird now that I think about it, why he would do that. That would probably be something that was worked out. But anyway, this is what he told me. So he said, I need somebody to say... what is that line they say in Indiana Jones where the guy starts the fight? Did you see that movie?
I'm
Albert,
sorry.
do you remember that line? It's where the guy stands up and says something, and it starts the fight.
Engage.
No, he doesn't say engage. This is in Star Trek, Next Generation, Captain Picard.
Make it so.
Yeah, everything I say, he will be referencing. If you're going to talk into the mic so we can hear you. Bring that down and talk in the mic. So it's the line where he actually gets people to start the fight.
Yeah.
So he picks the guy and he says, okay, say this. I don't remember what the line is. Well, the guy says it, and it's not right. Steven doesn't like it. That'd be called Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, like on first name basis.
Steven. So Mr. Spielberg doesn't like it. He's like, no, say it like this. Da-da-da-da-da. And he line reads again. The guy can't say it. So he goes to another guy and says, say this line. And the guy says it perfectly. He goes, okay, we're going to have you do that line.
Oh, my gosh.
So that's what the guy Peter told me on Pushing Daisies. He was telling me that happened.
Okay.
He worked on the show. And so the guy went from background to having that line. And now, my God, with the residuals and the royalties, I mean, this guy will be set. So you never know.
You never know. If there's an actor out there that's happened to, we want to hear about it. Give us a call.
Yeah, so there is no shame in being a background actor, because you can be discovered by the impresario.
Thank goodness.
It does happen.
You just never know.
So the best thing is, don't turn down any background parts if you're not, if you're just starting out, because you never know. Be prepared. Have your tools ready. Your tools being, you're having the acting skills behind you from classes. But you just never know when Mr. Steven Spielberg is going to say, hey, do this line. So his friend was pretty hooked up.
So when can we see you in Pushing Daisies?
I don't know, but I know it's episode 8. Comfort food. So they always shoot like a season before.
Oh, that's right.
So it'll probably be next season.
But it's called Comfort Food.
Yeah, it's that'll be
the episode name. Okay.
Episode 8, Comfort Food is the episode title. Okay. So it's very exciting. So I'll be sending emails out. Don't worry about it. Oh my God! But the director, oh my Lord, his name is Peter Lauer. Lauer, and he was so sweet. And I think He was so nice. I'm not going to tell you what I told you.
Oh, tell me, just between us.
Well, no, because he might find out.
Yeah.
But he was really sweet and just wonderful, and he liked to hug. He was a hugger, which is very rare.
Yes.
But he was he just hugged me, and we did the kissing hands, and he was really
and it
sweet.
Brings out the best in you, doesn't
really
it?
was.
When you feel comfortable like that.
He's really nice, and he's very peaceful and calm and mellow. And everything I did, he's like, Priscilla, you're doing such a great job, Priscilla.
Now,
everything I did. And
yeah.
I'm like, well then, make
Can I have
sure.
a raise? I want the lead.
I said, yeah, make sure next year I'm ready for
remember
a big part.
Close up,
a
baby.
Big
Mr.
part.
DeMille.
It's true. So you never know.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, have you ever, this is a good thing to know for up-and-coming actors too, if you have an idea for a line, do you feel comfortable saying it? I was always wondered about that.
Yeah, see, that is a tricky thing. That is something we discuss with Mary Lou Belli on the show here in May. Because that really... I don't think you should.
You've never done that?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that
Always
because it's a little tricky in that a lot of actors tend to think that they know the character and they can ad lib. If the director says ad lib, you can ad lib.
Okay.
But they are very writers. I mean, it's all in. It's in stone and it isn't. The writers are not going to appreciate the fact that you're throwing in lines.
That'd be me like writing a song for someone, and when they get on stage, they sing different words.
Right. Because they're sitcoms especially are written in threes. There's a whole formula to writing feature films, sitcoms, 1 hour miniseries. There's a way, like in comedy, there's threes. Like in sitcoms, I'm not going to get real detailed, but in sitcoms, sitcom writers know that lines that are funny tend to have a k sound.
What?
So they will, and it's written in threes, like every third line. So it's like,
interesting.
Yeah, and you would think,
that's
why?
Phonetics, I believe.
Yeah. Anything with a C sounding or a K sounding is supposed to be funny. For some reason, our brain registers that as being funny. So they don't want you to add things because that can just completely throw everything off. But if they will be more lax with people who are comedians, like Ray Romano, the James from what is that show that I watch with the James guy from
King of Queens?
King of Queens,
yes.
Yeah,
that's a good
what
show.
is his name? James.
Oh, I like that guy.
What is his name? Oh, I
been in
love
movies,
him.
too.
Yeah. What is his name? We can't remember.
Sorry.
We love him, but anyway.
Kevin James?
Kevin James.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Albert.
Kevin
now I can
James.
sleep tonight. I
I
won't be up thinking about that.
I do that too. But Kevin James, the comedians, a lot of times when the comedians get their own shows, they pretty much end up being producers or executive producers or writers on the show. Even if they do have other writers, the star of the show, if they're a comedian, they have a say in that. So
you know what? We want to give a shout out to Ernest. I was comedy makes me think of Ernest
James, my friend, or not Ernest James,
Ernest
Thomas.
Okay,
Ernest Thomas, yes, he is on Everybody Hates Chris, which will be coming back, I believe, this season. And speaking of Ernest, I did want to give a shout out to his friends. Speaking of shows, I am a huge America's Got Talent fan. Love that show. Have you ever watched that, Kelley?
I have.
Very entertaining. See the most bizarre, weirdo stuff on there.
You didn't know those people were out there doing that, and then they're on the show, and you think, golly, makes you wonder what's going on in the world.
I know. Like, they had too much time on their hands. But it's actually interesting.
No, it is.
I cannot even believe.
The talent out there is amazing.
Some of it is so gross, I can't watch it. Like the guy who stuck that straw up his nose.
Oh, I didn't
Did you see
that?
that?
No.
And I think it came out of his mouth or something.
I guess that's talent. It's a it's a certain kind of talent.
Different strokes
That's
for
right.
different folks.
That's
you
right.
might like that. But some king, and then the guy who broke the concrete with his head, and there was so much. I mean, I can't. Then the girl had this electric power saw, and she was, I guess, doing her private areas, her genitalia. But she had like a shield on, like a knight shield.
Interesting.
And she would take the power saw and go, and dance around, and flames would shoot up from her vagina.
Well,
now,
I guess that's talent. That's
Piers like that.
I couldn't do that.
I know. Piers liked that for a minute.
Oh, okay.
He didn't
Right.
X her then. But there is some great talent on there. Oh my God. I am loving this little girl called Caitlin Mayer. Have you seen her?
Is she the 4-year-old?
Yes.
You told me about her.
Oh my God. This is the most beautiful child I have ever laid eyes on. And she is so talented. She's only 4, and she'll come waddling up to the little stage. And this girl knows every word to every song that she sings. And she's got like a little lisp. So the last thing I saw her, again, I've had to compromise America's Got Talent because there are other shows that have taken priority.
There's only so much time in
But
the day.
the last time I watched it, she waddled her little way up, and she sang "What a Wonderful World," and she's got the little lisp. What a wonderful world. And she's so precious, and you just can't put
I think
her
you
off.
should be on that show.
Oh yeah, let me sing. That talent.
You got so much talent. You are a good singer.
What am I good? I am
Okay,
not.
I'm telling America.
Albert
right now.
says
I'm
I'm
telling
the worst.
world.
What about Albert saying I'm the worst singer?
Well,
Said that?
that he's your
say that?
husband. He's the only one that gets to sing.
I'll sing, and he'll go, "Oh boy."
No, you've got a natural gift, a natural tone. What is it called, Albert?
Timbre?
The way that
The
Priscilla,
timbre?
when she harmonizes when she doesn't mean to.
When I don't know I'm doing it. I do things I don't know I'm doing.
The
Good.
technical term for that is accident.
See that? Do you see the abuse I get
I
on my
know,
vocal
Priscilla.
skills?
We're going to be singing together.
That's right.
Remember, in
We
December.
are
We
on
got to
my-
start practicing now.
My very last show, I do a television show called Question Reality, and our last show is in December because it's done at Time Warner Cable, and I've been doing it for 6 years, and they will no longer be doing it. They will. They no longer have the contract.
That's right, with all the changes.
With all the changes, so I won't be doing that anymore. But back to America's Got Talent. Ernest Thomas, his friends are a group on there that's made it to the top 10, and they're called the James Boys or the James Gang, and they do something very unique. They have like a 20s kind of sound. So they sing and dance to all of these songs from the 20s, which is really interesting because they're young guys.
Oh yeah.
So you wouldn't think that they would be into that, that 20s
it's
stuff.
all coming back. Mm-hmm.
And so vote for them. You want to call 1-866.
Oh my goodness, what a plug! Ooh, you ready?
602-4804. 866-602-4804. And that's for the James Gang. And also vote for Caitlin Mayer too.
Yeah,
she's so
Caitlin.
sweet. Oh my God, I love her. And you know, I've grown attached to Piers. Have you ever watched? He's the British guy.
Yes, I know who you're talking about.
I did not like him before I saw him on The Apprentice.
Oh, I didn't know he was an actor.
No, The Apprentice is a reality show with Donald Trump.
Right. Oh, The Apprentice.
Yeah,
Okay.
and he was on there competing to win, which he did win. I knew he was
Oh,
going
my
to win.
gosh.
I knew he was going to rip everybody to shreds. But he's such an eloquent speaker, as so many of the British are. Even I have found, even because I lived in England for 6 months, I have found even the people people who are not very well educated, like don't have the Oxford education, people who just graduated from high school, they still speak eloquently.
Yes.
If you have a British accent, you just
You sound good, honey.
We don't,
It doesn't
we don't
matter.
know. We have no idea if you are
We're in a trance, okay?
Yeah, it's true. I can listen to the British accent forever. But I love Piers now.
Yeah,
he is
okay.
now right up there with Simon Cowell.
Oh yeah,
So,
I like Simon.
Yeah, and
He's hot.
It's such a he's got
Isn't
that
he? It's got
mysterious
something
thing about him.
Just want
I'd like to tie
I don't
him
know,
up.
Just put your fingers through that hair and
Yeah.
slap him down. No,
Yeah. I like to tie him up and shave his head bald. I don't know. I'm kind of sick. But yeah, so Pushing Daisies, I'll let you know when my
Email
episode
us
is going to be
all.
out. Email you guys. Vote for the James Gang on America's Got Talent or Caitlin Mayer. We love her. And you know what I want to talk about? I took Kelly Foster to see Wicked.
Woo!
We went to see Wicked
for my birthday present.
Yeah, and do you know what? Remember when it was fantastic, by the way?
was.
I highly recommend it because I think it's leaving in October. I'm not sure if it's October the 1st or the end of October, but oh my God, this show was so good.
Fabulous.
But remember when we were watching it and I said, because the role of Glinda,
yes,
remember I said, it looks like this girl here. Remember I said Emily Rozak?
Yes.
Well, I didn't notice, but this fell out, and that was actually Emily Rozak.
Priscilla, you are good.
I am, because
what an eye.
we were sitting
We
way
didn't
in
even
the
have
back.
binoculars, okay?
We could barely see, because originally we had orchestra seats, but I just couldn't fit my big fat ass in those damn seats. I said, I cannot sit here, so I traded my orchestra seats for some seats way in the back that had a little bit more room for my
more
big
movability.
ass. Yeah, so we could not see way back there, but I said, that girl looks like...
That is amazing that you could tell that.
I was able to tell. And it says the role of Glinda will be played by Emily Rozak.
Oh my gosh.
So I didn't know, because the original girl who plays Glinda is Erin Mackey, and for whatever reason she was not playing it that night.
Okay.
But this girl was fantastic.
Yeah, she was fantastic.
I mean, she has excellent comedic timing.
Yes, that one number, Popular.
Yeah.
That was a showstopper for her, and she gave it
was.
everything. She was in her element.
She's
there.
good. I really liked how she did that. I don't know if you're familiar with a play that they've done from a movie called, remember the movie Legally Blonde with Reese Witherspoon? Well, they've turned it, as everyone knows, into a play, a Broadway play. And recently they had a search for the new Elle Woods. My friend John Lippitz, his sister Amanda Lippitz, was the executive producer on the show. So I, of course, started watching it. I don't think I would have watched it otherwise, but I watched it because of that fact. And they found a girl who fit the role, but the girl who plays Elle Wood looks exactly like this Emily Rozak.
Is that right?
And they have a similar look, and they do that really cute blonde thing.
Oh gosh, so blonde.
This girl just did the blonde thing.
She did. She just took it to the heights, and just so well. It wasn't ditzy. It was very an
cute.
intelligent. It was very cute.
It was a cute,
very
role.
well done. Her timing was incredible.
Yes,
her expression, the sound effects she did with her voice. Remember that?
Yeah,
that's not easy.
No, it's not.
I would cough it up if I had to do all those sound effects. That's I know as a singer. I mean, I don't know how you keep singing like that.
Musical theater is very hard.
The way you have to time your breathing. I noticed that a lot. Because they went on and on. She was jumping up and down. Remember?
Oh, yeah. And yet you didn't hear the breathiness at all.
There was not a skip. Didn't miss a beat. Didn't hear any part that was out of breath. Nothing. Everything was strong and pure and clear.
Right.
Oh, God. The music was wonderful. And it was very interesting because the music, when it's written for a musical live production, the arrangements are so important. And weren't the arrangements just incredible? The timing in between. I mean, it was very well executed.
And the story, I mean, I have to go rent The Wizard of Oz again because I will look at it in a whole new way. The story, basically, I don't want to give it away, but I don't know how I'm going to refrain myself from telling you. The story is about the Wicked Witch of the West,
Right.
and Glinda, who was the Good Witch. It's about how they actually they knew each other and they grew up together. They went to the same school.
It starts from the
They
birth
were-
of
yeah,
the
from
Wicked Witch,
yeah,
which was
right.
very interesting
Yeah.
how they portrayed that.
It starts from the birth of the Wicked Witch, and help me with that. This birth of the Wicked Witch and how she met Glinda. They went to school together. And they ended up becoming best friends.
Yeah.
And then the trials and tribulations
Fell
of
in
them.
love with the same guy.
Fell in love with the same
Okay,
guy.
That's a very important part.
That's very important. And they found
prince.
the prince, right? And then what happened? I can't even remember. Wait a minute. And then they, of course, there was a whole plot and scheme by the people of the school or the wizard.
Carol Kane played the school teacher, school marm.
School marm.
Oh, she was wonderful.
Yeah, and they had this whole plot to do something and blame it on the character of the Wicked Witch of the West, which her name was
Elphaba.
Elphaba.
Wasn't that interesting name?
Yeah.
I never really.
I
they
don't know
didn't
where
explain
they
it or
come up with that.
anything.
No,
but
they
yeah.
didn't. Elphaba, and they blame it with her. But I don't want to give it away. But you've got to see this beautiful song that they sing together about how they're best friends, and Glinda helps her, and then there's something that happens, and then the ending, it puts a whole new twist on what happened really in the Wizard of Oz. And I like how they incorporated how Dorothy came to be.
Yes.
They incorporated, because they had her house, when we start with the Wizard of Oz, it's Dorothy's house being flown through via a hurricane, right? And I like how they incorporated that into the whole Wicked scheme, and then how the Straw Man came to be, and then the Tin Man,
and the Lion.
And it all is tied perfectly into this story.
Very interesting.
And then
very creative.
And then at the end, you get a huge major surprise. So, you got to see it.
Yeah.
The tickets are like $98, but I got mine through goldevents.com for $50. And a little tip for you, if you go 2 hours before any show, they have a lot of shows that you can get for $25. Which I learned. Yeah, I just didn't want to go and wait all that time.
Yeah.
But for $25, you can get a seat, and it could be in the orchestra. It could be anywhere. But go 2 hours before the show, and they have a lot of cancellations, so they will sell them to you. Mm-hmm. But definitely check out Wicked for sure. And then you know what else I wanted to tell you about?
Yeah.
Chelsea Amana,
right.
our
Chelsea.
friend, ChelseaE.com.
She's so beautiful.
ChelseaE.com. She is, she's just on another top show on MTV. She is on a contestant along with two other girls in a group called 3 Days, DAZE.
Why do they call it that?
They call it that because this girl, there was a contest for a show on MTV called the Top Pop Group, and their group met via the girl putting an audition notice on Craigslist
my gosh.
Yeah, for girls to join her because she wanted to enter this contest. So Chelsea saw the ad on Craigslist as well as the other girl, and they answered the ad, and they rehearsed and worked together for 3 days before they auditioned, and they were chosen.
Oh my gosh.
So they came up with the name 3 Days.
Neat.
I
love that.
Yeah, so out of thousands of contestants, they made it to the top. I think it was the top 10 when we first saw it. They had narrowed it down to the top 10, and so they were very, very hot. It's on every Thursday at 10 o'clock. Eastern, so that would be 7 our time on MTV. So you can just go to Google and type Top Pop Group, or go to Chelsea's website, ChelseaE.com, ChelseaE.com, and check it out. But yeah, they sound good too.
Are they singing and dancing? Is that
Yeah,
what
they're
doing?
singing and dancing. There's very little clothing, so for you men
go
out
for
there,
it. Yep,
they are wearing practically Band-Aids, round Band-Aids.
You got it flaunted. That's all right.
So how are we doing on time, Albert? What do we got time-wise?
13 minutes.
We got 13 minutes left?
Yeah.
Wow, 12 minutes.
12
We
minutes
have
left.
talked
I know,
this
we
whole
just talked
time.
and talked
Oh
and-
my God! Well, you know what? I want to play one of Kelley's songs. Can we play one of your
Well,
songs?
thank you. Yes, of
What
course.
song are we going to play today?
What
How about
song
we-
would you like to play? You know what? We have never played this song before. Maybe we should play this song. This Guess I'll
one?
Get It Wrong, the third one on the CD.
Yeah,
It's
let's
a
try
good
that.
example of it's one of my favorite songs that I've written in the sense that I think it's very, very well crafted. I know you like this song.
Yes.
And I think it's very important in a song to paint a picture, tell a story through visually stimulating people, and do it in as few and as clever words as you can. Also, if we get that far to the bridge, it's a good example of when you get to the bridge of a song, like this song is a classic AABA structure, which is a very classic structure of the 20s, 30s, and 40s and 50s. And
What does that mean, AABA?
AABA is A and A are very similar in their, they're exactly the same in their number of measures, usually 8 bars, 8 measures, and then another 8 measures, and then B is the bridge. It's another 8 measures, but it's very different in structure melodically, and it is designed to tie the song together. It takes you away from what you've been hearing, but it ties it together in a way, okay? And then you come back with the last A, which, is a cohesive, again, another 8 bars that is similar to the first 2 A's, but it ends it. And then sometimes you have a tag or a repeat or something like that. So I like this as I think this is a good example, if I do say so myself.
Yeah. So that is that's very interesting that the songs are written differently. So what are some of the other styles that
the other formats?
Yeah.
Well, gosh, there is no there's no limit. Sometimes I write songs that I add a couple of extra bars to the 8 and make it 10 just because I don't know why. Sometimes it ends up that you want to say a little bit more and you kind of turn it around at the end, and then you don't do that again in the song, so it may be just a deviation that's as brief as that. A lot of rock songs start off with the chorus. They start off with the main, the what do they call that? The hook. They start off with the hook and then they tell the story, and then they go over the hook a million times. Some people say don't like that because it's too much of the same thing over. Especially today, they're kind of getting on the habit of doing that. Country songs do that as well. Actually, a lot of country songs are written in that AABA format as well, which is another reason I like country music, because it also tells a story in that kind of a crafted format. But there's a lot of formats I don't even know about, Priscilla, but
Okay.
but there's definitely a lot of different ones depending on the style of the music: pop, country, rock, jazz. Blues is the 12 bars, the classic 12
Right.
bars over and over, which I
Right.
love. And this
drives me
song
crazy? But
does it really? Oh my gosh! I know, it's funny. I always think, how can they copyright a blues song? They all sound the same. But anyway,
Right. But I like it more than jazz. I'm
Do you?
definitely not
Okay.
a jazz person.
Okay.
But
This-
so this song is written in AABA.
Yep.
I just learned that today.
all
AABA.
right. And Albert knows about that.
And what's it called?
Guess I'll Get It Wrong. Arrangement by Nick Fryman, our friend Nick Fryman.
So I think there's a pause here, so it'll start
Okay.
when it starts. But
Okay.
Albert is pushing the button right now.
All right.
Guess I'll Get It Wrong, written by Kelley Foster.
Thank you.
Favorite place, I wait and worry. My lipstick's faded, my hair's not quite as curly. I said you'd show, but no, they close the kitchen at 10. I guess I got it wrong once again. My nights have grown so dark and dreary. I telephone and try to act cheery. I thought you might need company, but you sound just fine. I guess I get it wrong every time. That celebration get it wrong every time. That celebration, the marching band in love's parade that woke up my heart when you came my way is but a memory. And like a fool too long I stayed. Oh, that pretty confetti has long blown away. I'll try to find another man who dances and laughs and makes love the way you do. In all my wild pursuit, the only thing I shall find is that I'll get it wrong. Seems I'll get it wrong. Looks like I'll get it wrong every time. Love dies. Love dies. Love dies.
You
Woo!
have it.
Wow!
Tag at the
Yay!
end. Thank you very much.
Woo!
Thank you for sharing that song,
That was
Priscilla.
really a great song.
Thank you.
As every single
Oh,
one of them
thank you.
are.
I can hear Diana Krall or what is the singer? She does rap, and she was she's on the Weight Watchers thing now. God, what's the matter with me? Anyway, I'll think of it. But I would
Okay.
love that to
the
be
Weight
sung
Watchers list.
by. No, she's the actress that. Anyway, I'll think of her.
Think
I'll
of her.
I'll
Okay.
think of her.
Well, that
I'm
is
going blank right now.
another great song by Kelley Foster,
Oh,
and you
thank
know
you,
I'll be
Priscilla.
playing those periodically.
Thank you so
And
much.
speaking of songs, we're getting ready to end. We got 3 minutes, but
Okay.
I actually want to do a shout out to Janet Bryant.
Oh.
She has she does what is now going to be like sweeping the email circuit. It's actually video email. So instead of typing,
wow.
if you have a camera, you can actually, send your video, just talk to someone and send it via video email. And if you go to janetbryant.com,
Okay.
JanetBryant.com,
Okay.
I love the whole idea, except you got to put
Great.
your makeup on. But if you feel like it's actually very clear, very crisp, I'm going to bring her on as a guest, and she's going to be
great.
telling us more about it. But I discovered a group, and I can't believe they slipped through the 80s.
Oh my gosh.
A group, they're called Echo and the Bunnymen.
Oh, yeah.
Have you? I've never heard
I
of
know them. My husband plays them all the time. He loves them.
I had never, I heard this song on the Margaret Cho show, and it was called The
Okay.
Killing Time.
Oh, yeah.
And I heard that, and I'm like, oh my God, that's an 80s song. That's an 80s song.
yeah.
I loved it. So I had Albert, find the whole
Sure,
album for me.
sure.
I love this group. So if you go to myspace.com/The Bunnymen,
Okay.
TheBunnYmen, check them out. The song, the Killing Time, it starts playing right away. Oh my God.
Okay.
If you like 80s
Okay.
music,
I love
they
80s
are.
music.
And I never even heard of them before.
Wow. Queen Latifah. That's who I was trying to think
Queen
of.
Latifah.
Sing
Oh,
my
yeah.
song, honey. I would
can-
love to hear that.
Yeah, so we're actually we want
Thank
Kelley's
you.
songs to
Thank
be
you.
performed by
Yeah.
all of. So if anybody's interested in purchasing Kelley's songs or talking to her about anything at all, please email her. Go to her website, MissKelleyFoster missfoster.com.
With the EY.
Yeah, MISSKELLEYFOSTER.com.
Thank you, Priscilla.
Her songs are available for
Thank
sale.
you. And thank you, Priscilla, and congratulations on your success.
Oh,
That's
well,
awesome,
yeah.
man.
No, I didn't get to go to that audition today for
I
that
know.
movie. But that's okay. There'll be plenty of other
I
ones.
know.
Okay, I just want to thank everyone for listening.
Thanks, Albert.
Thank you, Albert.
I want to say hi to my family in Texas that are going through the hurricane. We're praying for you. Okay.
Oh, I didn't even know there was
I
a
know.
hurricane.
I was born in that area,
Oh.
and they're all scooping out water. Okay,
Oh
so
my
let's send them our prayers. Okay.
Oh well, gee,
All right.
we're gonna come and bring our buckets. Thank you, everybody, for
Thank
watching.
you.
Come back by next week. I don't even know who the guest is going to
Does
be
it
next
matter?
week. Well,
You'll
because
be here.
we had a cancellation, so it's going to be a surprise
Thanks
guest.
for having me,
Thank you
Priscilla.
so much. Have a great day, and we'll see you next week on
Bye-bye.
Question Reality.
The Horror Channel is your home for the best in horror entertainment, news, culture, lifestyle, and best of all, frights. We are available on Verizon Fios cable television. Go to channel 900, free on demand, and select pop culture. Scroll down and you'll find the Horror Channel. So be sure to visit horrorchannel.com for all of our latest programming.